So a lot of you comment under my Etsy video saying,
oh my gosh, Dina, I have no sales or I'm not getting any views. What should I do?
but I have to be honest with you, I'm not an expert at Etsy, although I have been in business for 5 years, so I do understand how business in general works. And these are my guesses as I've had an Etsy shop for 7 months and my Etsy shop has been somewhat successful, you could say. So let me know in the comments if you agree with these reasons for why people don't get sales so that we can all help each other. So there are basically 2 things I want you to look at first on your stats page. The first thing is, are you getting any visits? The second thing is, are you getting visits but no sales? AKA your visits are not converting into sales. By the way, if you're confused about what is a view and what is a visit, you can read what Etsy said right here. So let's talk about the first thing first. You are not getting any visits or views. If you are not getting any views or visits, basically means that people are not clicking on your product or no one is just finding your product in the first place. There are several reasons here. The first one is your niche is too big or your competition is too high. Basically, you are trying to offer a product in a oversaturated market and nobody is even seeing your products. That's why you're not getting any views. You're probably on the 10th page or something of when people search for your keywords. The solution for this is to niche down. You could be in the same niche, but either your keywords that you're using in your SEO are not specific enough, so people are just not finding your listing, or within that niche, you could niche down even more. So you can sell something way more specific where you can rank on the first page. Something else is that maybe you are offering a product in a good niche where there's not a lot of competition, but your SEO sucks. Maybe your product is actually good. It is something that people are looking for, but they just can't freaking find your product because the listing title and the description and your tags are not good. Maybe they're too broad. Maybe you used a bunch of random stuff. So check your SEO. It might be an SEO problem. The next one is that maybe this is a product that nobody is even searching for. Usually I don't think this is the case because usually people pick a niche that is too overcrowded, but it also could be the case that no one is looking for your kind of product. Like basically the niche you picked is something that people aren't looking for. So in this case, you can try to broaden out your niche. The next thing is you have no reviews. So people don't trust your shop and they're not going to click and view your listing or your shop. Because you know when you search for something on Etsy, you can see like 5 stars and then there's the number of reviews for that shop. So people will see like, oh, there's no reviews, so they're not even going to click anyways. The solution for this is if you have any friends who are genuinely interested in this kind of product that you're offering, you can ask them to see if they're interested in buying it and leaving a review. I know Etsy has a policy on this that you can't pay somebody to buy your product and review it, but if you have friends who are genuinely interested in the product that you are selling and they're actually going to use it, then they can get it and leave a review for you and you're not paying them. Another reason is that your price could either be too high or too low. So when people are searching for the keyword, they see your product and the price is too high and they think, well, why would I buy from this person? I can just buy from somebody who has a lower price. Or your price is too low and they're thinking, this is just low quality. I'm not even gonna look at this one. It's too low priced. Okay, actually for me, my products are on the higher side in my niche, but also I personally think my products are really good. Like they are much higher quality than my competitors. So that's why I am putting a higher price, but it's not like 5 times the amount that my competitors are charging. It's still within that acceptable range, but within my range, I'm still on the higher end of that range. So I'm not saying charge exactly what your competitors are charging, but be strategic. Like if you see that their products are not as good as yours, totally charge higher because yours is a higher quality product and customers will see that. But are you within the range that people are charging for these products? Oh yeah, by the way, just like a random tip, you should be using all your tags, okay? Tags. When you're listing your products. The second big thing to look at is, okay, you are getting views and visits, but these views and visits are not converting into sales. You have no sales or very low sales, and your conversion rate is really low. For me, my conversion rate was around 4% when I started, then I went to like 1 or 2% because I did Etsy ads, and then now it's going back to like 3%-ish. I think if your conversion is like 3% or more, I would say it's pretty good. If it's like 1 or 2%, I think you could improve it. So if your visits are not converting into sales, there are a couple of reasons. The first one is your listing photos suck, or it is just not clear, or it's confusing the customer. So your product could actually be very good, but the way you are marketing your product, it might not be straightforward or clear, or the photos are just not good in general. Like it's not making me want to buy the thing. So what you can do is actually, if you have other friends who have Etsy shops, or just like ask any friend to look at your shop, look at your marketing photos and say, hey, is this clear what I'm selling? Am I describing the product well are my photos of the product and the way I'm formatting all the marketing listing photos, making you want to buy the product. By the way, I do have a listings photos template that you can get access to. You can check it out below. I basically give you a format for how you can make your marketing photos. The next reason for your conversion being really low is that the customer is looking for something and they are finding your product, but it's actually not what they are looking for. So your SEO is not good. So really make sure that the keywords you're using in your SEO are actually describing the thing that you are selling, and in your listing photos, like that is actually the thing that the customer is looking for. Another thing is like they might not think your product is that good. Like you might have the best marketing photos in the world, but if you're marketing a product that's not actually that good, the customer's not going to buy it. So I feel like this is obvious, but the digital product that you're selling has to be really good. It has to be good quality, it has to be better or different than what your competitors are selling.
你们在吃饭吗？我10分钟就录完了。
Another reason for customers not converting is that the product does match what they're looking for and your marketing photos are good. But when they click into your shop and see what else you're selling, and when they just try to get the general overview of your shop, they are confused. Or maybe you don't have a cover image, you don't have a picture. Maybe all your other products are so unrelated that the customer is confused or they're put off by your shop. Because for me, usually when I buy something on Etsy, I'm gonna find the product first and be like, okay, let me just check out the shop and see what this shop is about and see, oh, maybe I like one of their other products more than the one that I clicked on. So I'm always going to click into the shop and look around the whole shop. And I want to see a shop that is cohesive. It makes sense. They're selling related products and it all just looks good. So that also might be a reason why your customers are not converting. It's the entire shop. When they're looking at the whole shop, they're kind of going like WTF. So make sure you filled out everything, like the cover photo, the policies, you have different categories, and just make sure that the shop itself looks kind of cohesive. Another reason why you might not be getting sales is that your ads are not really working. And I think this is what happened to mine because my niche is super small. And when I ran ads at $5 a day, basically like without doing the ads, my products would still show up on the first page for that keyword. But then when I ran the ads, Etsy would promote my product under other keywords that aren't super duper related. So my conversion went down. And for the keywords that I do want to rank for, it's now showing up as an ad. So maybe people are less inclined to click on it because it's an ad rather than the actual result. But actually, to be honest, I'm not too sure exactly how ads work. I don't even know if that is correct. But for me, what I found is that when I do more ads, it doesn't really convert well. So now I'm doing like no ads or like $1 a day. Maybe I'll try $2 a day. But usually when I do less ads, my results are better. Okay, so those are the two big things I want you to take a look at. But there are other things I want to mention that might be leading you to not getting any sales. The first thing is your shop might be so new and Etsy hasn't had the time yet to kind of like figure out what your shop is selling. For me, I think it took a couple of days before I found my products under the keyword that I wanted to rank for. So it does take some time, but maybe also depends on the niche. I'm not sure. And at the beginning, I think what I did was I had 3 products ready. So I posted one on the first day, one on the second day, and one on the third day. And that's kind of how I started my shop. Another reason why maybe your sales have died down compared to before is that the product you are selling is in an industry that is like trending and then the trend went down. So I think this is what happened with the first group of products that I tried to sell. If you look at this graph, you can see that in January, like this topic was like more trending, but then it kind of died down. And that's why I think my sales have also gone down. So it might not even be something to do with my own listings or Etsy. It might just be like the whole industry went down. Oh yeah, and just one other thing I want to mention about the niche. Like I always say, go specific and like try to not pick a niche that is super oversaturated. But I also think that you can be successful in niches that are like oversaturated, like the wedding niche or art prints. You just have to find a niche within a niche within a niche in the big niche that you can like rank for the keywords. And another thing, if you're not getting sales, is I want you to truly ask yourself, would you buy from your own shop if you found your own shop and if you found your own listings? Would you actually buy from yourself? Like, is this something that is truly needed in the world right now? Does it actually stand out compared to your competitors? And you can take a look at this yourself and also ask your friends. And hopefully your friends are honest with you. Because here's the thing, business is actually really simple. There's a demand for something, the customer is looking for something, and then you create a thing that your customer wants that is better than your competitors. And the customer perceives that, and then you make the sale. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with the stuff that I said, or do you have any other tips for everybody here? Right now, if you're looking to improve your listing listing photos, make sure you check out this video where I show you how exactly I make my listing photos.